Hello, everybody. Welcome to Trio Planet, the YouTube channel where we talk all things media. I am Azteral, and yesterday, May 24, the great developers at Insomniac, during the PlayStation Showcase event, graced us with a Spider-Man 2 story trailer and extended gameplay segment showing a mission featuring the Lizard. I'm joined with Jordan, as always.
Hey everybody.
And Jordan, it's 2018 again.
Yeah.
Spider-Man's back in the front lines of gaming. The game is slated for a fall 2023 release, which is not that far away.
No, it's really not.
Just a couple of months. They showed off a lot of stuff. We got to see our first real look at Craven's design, and he looked pretty sick. We got to see a look at Lizard, who is one of the villains
Which
of the game.
we didn't know was going to be in it.
Exactly.
We just thought it was going to be Venom and Craven.
We got to see a couple of Easter eggs, like Yuri Watanabe's Ray make an appearance on the data pad that Craven had.
Does she have
Some
a suit? Does she have a suit?
Yeah, she's got a suit.
She's got a suit now.
Got a suit
I wonder
now.
if she will actually
There'll probably be a fight.
be an actual character in it now.
I think
Because even I was hoping, I remember when we did those videos, even I was hoping that she would be back.
What I think's going to happen is, story-wise, Peter's going to get the symbiote suit early, because it is confirmed the house that was being surrounded in the gameplay trailer was not Peter's house, which a lot of people originally thought it is actually Dr. Connor's house.
Yeah.
Who is also known as the
Connor lives in Queens.
Yeah, basically.
And we also, guys, we get a new open map. We get, a new segment of the map. We get Queens and the East Bridge and River.
Yes. Well, that is one area we are getting. The developers phrased it as Queens is one of the new playable areas within the game. So it is entirely possible that Queens and certain other locations that we couldn't visit in Spider-Man 1, which mostly kept us to Manhattan, will indeed be visible. So get ready for some bridge swinging action. But with a bigger map comes a need to travel a bit faster, doesn't it, Jordan?
Yeah, and we are definitely getting speed.
We're getting speed. That is something that a lot of people criticised about the first Spider-Man games, Spider-Man 20.
I think Miles's game was a bit faster, but not that fast.
They also said that Miles's swinging was more fluid, and they seem to have addressed that as well. So one of the new options at our Spider-Man's disposal is something called the Super Slingshot.
Yeah, they're able to slingshot themselves between two objects so far that they go at very high speeds.
They do indeed fly very far. I believe he travels around.
And speaking of flying,
yeah, they get their web wings.
We get web wings,
as they're referred to. Also, you did hear correctly earlier. I did mention the symbiote. The symbiote suit is indeed confirmed not only to be a visual change, but also to impact Peter's ability and character throughout the entire game.
I'm expecting a fight between Peter and Miles.
The symbiote appears to have four abilities tied to it. So the same amount of abilities that Miles gets from his electricity, which has also changed. But has also
Miles's lightning was really different, but we'll get to
that. So yeah, bigger open world, new traversal options. It was always fun to web swing in both Spider-Man games.
Really fun.
I think the addition of a wingsuit and super slingshots, especially if you can do super slingshots on the move, you like to change directions. If it becomes like a web zip style option.
So what we're gonna do is we are gonna go through the trailer. Basically, we won't be reacting to the entire thing. Basically, we're gonna pick and choose what we will show you some of it. But what we want to look at first is the opening bit of the trailer with Craven's appearance. Craven's appearance. Are you ready?
I am indeed.
I will pause it when we get into the gameplay, so that means we will be seeing the little symbiote beginning with Peter. Okay, are you ready?
Um,
Let's go.
You grow slow in your old age, Sergei.
To be honest, I should have thought that was Craven when he said Sergey.
A fate you will not share.
Because I didn't think it was Craven.
I've been in your shadow for hours, but you sense nothing. Pathetic. I asked for an equal. And this is what you find.
Sir, perhaps a new hunting ground.
So that's Watanabe.
that is Ray. That is Yuri Watanabe.
That suit looks killer.
She is indeed very, very cool in the comics, and
Yeah, she is.
has a sword, so expect some cool boss
Is
fights.
that
If you
Tombstone?
fight. That is Tombstone. So we get to see.
Wasn't he cured?
Yeah, but he's still a danger. He's still extremely powerful. So from the look of it, we get Black Cat, Prowler, Ray, Tombstone, both Spider-Men.
And by the way, guys, we don't know if this is going to be like DLC. So really, all these characters are in the main game, as far as we know.
But also, what is curious, as we get further into this little snippet of the trailer, you'll notice the raft becomes visible. And the villains that was locked away last time, if you look at the back, you see Kingpin currently, right next to where Black Cat is. It cycles through all of them. And we also see Taskmaster.
Yeah, Taskmaster, which Taskmaster had little side missions in the DLC where he was such a fucking menace, leaving criminals going rampant and also explosives. So Craven's real. Like, I like this because Craven's not just going after Spider-Man like he usually would. He's going after basically every single person who is a hero or villain. So I could expect some hero and villain team ups.
I could see Taskmaster and Peter fighting side by side, especially Symbiote Peter.
Light the fires. The great hunt begins.
You guys don't know, like, Craven's such an interesting character because he's not like other villains in Spider-Man and that. He has honor. He's an honor type of guy. He lives for a hunt. He doesn't just hunt animals, he hunts people. He hunts anything. He's full-fledged a hunter. And no matter what, he will hunt you. There are many different versions of Craven out there. One of my favorite versions of Craven, I think, has to be Spectacular Spider-Man version because he turns himself into an actual lion and then gets cured.
What I love about this part of the trailer is it sort of looks like a symphony. Like the tree.
And a good 6 months later.
Lizard sighted in Queens. Closing in now.
And as you guys can see, there's the crimes and that last time. Like, first game we had the demons, which were like going rampant, and then in Miles's game it was the underground. This time it is Craven's men.
So I'll point out that this is actual gameplay.
Yeah, this is actual gameplay footage. This is
Uh,
Queens.
The first game already looked amazing. This
Yeah.
game looks 10 times better.
This is going to have massive ray tracing, especially on PlayStation. And Queens is looking good. I'm guessing that's the high school that Peter went to. And I'm guessing throughout the game, you will may be able to go to Peter's home, where Peter lived.
Cover the door. The beast could be anywhere.
There it is.
You have no idea.
You know, to me, his original suit is there. So somehow, to me, in my head, he's only just got that suit when this happens.
Yeah.
So this
I
is
feel
him
like-
getting it.
I feel like he's just got it, and it's all intuitive. It's just the symbiote taking control.
So like, he's not questioning that he's got the suit at all.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the UI because you don't like it.
It's not that I don't like it, it's that it's more intrusive than the last game. The last game was very good for keeping the UI minimal, so that you could enjoy the game without having to see, buttons and stuff that you can press. It's the same with like Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima hides a lot of its like button presses behind having to open a window.
Yeah.
So like you'll hold the right trigger and then you'll select the stance, and then the second you release the right trigger, the UI disappears, so you can just immerse yourself in the game. This seems to be a bit more intrusive, but it's probably there to track cooldowns. So it's different, and I'm not
It's
the
like,
biggest fan.
that's why it wasn't in the first game, and Miles's game is the fact that there are cooldowns for
Yeah.
gadgets and that.
This whole lizard hunt.
As you can see there's the tentacles. Like, normally Peter wouldn't be able to actually use them in Venom form. He normally would just have his normal like spider powers, except that his webbing was not when the webbing came from the suit instead of his web shooters. That's why they're black. And I like the symbiote suit. A lot of people have said that they don't like it because it looks too veiny and that it doesn't look smooth. But I like it. I think having it look like the symbiote is alive works in its benefit.
Ends now. Leave Connors alone.
I did see someone's theory that what if in this game Venom isn't Brock, Venom isn't Harry, Venom is Peter.
Well, later in the trailer, we find out the reason why, in this gameplay segment, we find out the reason why Peter is so hung up on getting Lizard is to get
because
Dr. Connors.
It's
Harry's
because
apparently dying.
Yeah, because if you guys didn't know, in Miles's game. So yeah, by the way, guys, I'm definitely wearing the same clothes I was wearing last time. I'm definitely wearing the same clothes. I definitely did not go from blue to black.
I wouldn't know.
I was wearing blue and now I'm wearing black. I'm wearing a Terrifier t-shirt because my other shirt's wet from bathing my dog.
Yeah. I wouldn't know. I wasn't paying attention to what you were wearing.
Fuck you. Hey.
Probably gonna look weird in the video, but you know.
Yeah, it's fine, guys. We told you exactly why. You'll know. I'm not wet. It'll look weird anyway if I were wearing blue, because it would just be wet. Right. So, Will. Combat was brutal.
Yeah, I think that's symbiote Spider-Man's effect. I think.
I
Like,
like
if
how...
you listen real close, you're about to hear something that you probably shouldn't hear when Spider-Man's fighting someone. You hear the crack?
Yeah.
You're 100%.
Oh,
happens again. Wait.
Craven wants a hunt. I'll give him one he'll never forget.
I like that.
He's gonna wish he never came to New York.
If you can hear, how do you say his name?
Yuri Lowenthal.
Yuri Lowenthal's voice. Yeah, he's definitely made sure when the black suit's on, he goes full on symbiote. Okay, let's look at
Let's
the
see
transition.
what happens when Peter can't get somewhere.
Triangulating position. Target located at Harlem Fish Market. All teams converge.
Lizards across the river. I'm not gonna make it in time. Miles, the hunter's track con.
There you go, guys. So
And what I'm noticing here is, I don't know if they will end up doing it, but Spider-Man's phone ID
it's just
is
his normal
still the
suit.
red and white suit.
Yeah.
So, theoretically, is it possible they change that when he's in the black suit?
I don't know, because it's not a live feed thing, is it? So
Yeah.
it's just a profile picture.
But
So
will they change it?
maybe Peter changes it later on, like, I love this suit, so he's going to change it, maybe?
I'm just going to call it now. There's going to be a Peter Miles boss fight.
Right, are you ready for this? Are you ready, guys? Ready for the slingshot?
Hunters to the Harlem Fish Market.
Lizard. I'm on it.
Ali.
Sounds like Craven's checking our
Yo,
business.
We don't have much time.
That
Move.
is right fast.
He is cleared.
Guess we'll chat later.
Where's the wings? There they are. It looks like you get really good movement with them as well.
Yeah, you can also dodge with them.
Yeah, it's also a thing that the mission symbol looks the same, a little updated, but looks fairly the same.
I can't wait to go from web swinging to wingsuit to
Have you
wall
noticed
running
and all?
to swinging.
Miles's UI doesn't have all the bells and whistles.
I think it might only activate in combat then.
The
Yeah.
lizard's loose at the fish market. Must be.
What is that?
I think that is what's known as a slipstream,
Yeah.
where a current of like air pushes in a certain direction really fast, which allows like wingsuit divers to.
So that's what
more
they've been
speed.
able to do. Okay.
Be sushi night.
You still got that hunter drone you hijacked?
Didn't
Oh yeah, Genki hijacked a drone from Craven the Hunter.
Which I
his
assume will
name.
happen early in the game.
Which we assume will happen early. So now he's able to actually help out on missions with Miles and Peter. He's actually useful.
really tough hiding it from.
Genki was actually really useful in the last one. He's like the guy who got. He's the guy who got Miles to realize every time Miles was talking about Spider-Man, he never talked about himself.
My mom, but yeah, I'll boot up and see you there.
They got here fast.
I love how Miles' suit is the same.
It's not the same.
Is it not?
It is very, very slightly altered.
Can't let him find Connors.
Slightly older.
Or he's done for.
If you
So
pause
guys-
it right there,
Yeah.
a little bit before, but it's fine. His arm actually has a red streak that goes down it,
Oh. Okay, that's fine.
and that's from you see the arms at the top of his spider on the back?
Yeah.
That comes from that spider.
Yeah, that's alright. By the way, guys, you're about to see something really cool. And yeah, the UI does look like it's only out of swinging. I've noticed, though, it's very purple.
That might be to differentiate Peter and Miles.
Like,
though,
his
so
is
it's
very
great.
purple with yellows and blues.
It was sort of the colour of the underground, though.
Yeah. And here,
Peter's
guys,
was
you're
sort
about
of like a blacky whitey.
here, guys, you're about to see something that is very cool and very useful.
Yeah, something that actually would have helped last game.
Peter and Miles can make their own zip lines.
So very similar to the later Arkham games,
Yep.
where Batman gained the ability to create
Zip line. Well, a zip line, yeah.
a zip line. I think what did he call it? It wasn't the Batclaw.
No, Batclaw was the thing to open.
Yeah.
The Batclaw was opening like vents that were far up and.
It basically allowed you to like tag two people
Yeah.
and like
And
fire
also,
it off
guys,
and grab them
another
together.
thing about this, you can't just take down one person anymore. You can do a double takedown.
Spread out. If you find the lizard, don't engage
In a
alone.
second. Also, you can attach 2 lines together. You're not.
We actually don't know how many lines you can attach together.
Yeah.
If I am
Look at
able
those
to make
fish.
my own
It's
spider
been
web,
feeding.
Look at this, guys. You can now take these 2 down at the same time.
it's Assassin's Creed.
Never saw it coming.
It'll make like these areas a bit quicker.
Yeah, it was very tedious in stealth waiting for enemies to be separated.
The thing is, we don't know how many you can take down at once. Is it just 2, or can you do multiple?
Well, here he manages to pull in quite a few, and then he enters combat. And then
Right,
he goes,
here's the thing. Why is his lightning
"Teleport."
blue?
I think blue lightning might be gameplay lightning now, and the orange stuff will be cutscene
Because
lightning.
in the actual later thing, he does have
Oh.
his normal lightning.
I know what it'll be. It'll be from when he absorbed the neuroform reactor.
Oh yeah.
I think what'll happen is, if it's interacting with technology, it's orange. But if it's just his lightning being used for combat, it's blue.
It'll be the neuroform it would have mixed
Yeah.
in with his normal. Yeah, that makes sense.
Go!
See, he absorbed like a load of that shit.
Man,
How's the hunt going?
Watch out for his
At one point,
Yeah, he Kamehameha.
he just Hadouken something.
Judging by the 3 tons of dead fish!
And then he
Not
just
well.
annihilates.
Yeah, no, it does become yellow at some point.
Where are you, Connors? Garage might lead to him.
Also, this is very terrifying part of the game. He just walks into somewhere very dark. And by the way, guys, we don't know how far this mission is
Connors
into the
tore
game.
through this place.
I'm assuming it's relatively early.
He's out of control.
The mission they showed in the preview for the 2018 version of Spider-Man showed the construction scene, which was like maybe a quarter into the game.
Miles always walking on piping.
Calling it now Real Villains Green Goblin.
Apparently, well, ages ago, I swear there was leaked concept art, and it showed Goblin. It showed a glider and everything.
It's going to be Harry Osborn. The thing that saves him is going to be the Green Goblin serum. I'm calling it now.
It's probably going to be the reason, yeah.
The end of Act 1.
I don't.
will be-
I have a feeling that Harry's the one who becomes Green Goblin, and it's not Norman.
Yeah. But I do feel the final boss fight will be Miles.
If they
versus-
did actually do Norman as Green Goblin, I think Harry probably gets cured of like the negative side of the Goblin serum, or something like that, and then
Or he's able to get past it and he becomes
yeah.
Hobgoblin.
like he did in that animated show when he became Hobgoblin, but he was good. And yeah, same with like Norman. Maybe when Norman becomes Green Goblin, he doesn't wear a suit. Maybe he actually becomes the monster version. You know,
It could be
because
so.
in Miles's universe, his Goblin is a fucking monster. Or admit the look of Lizard in this was fucking terrifying.
Where am I now?
Not your classic Lizard though, with the lab coat.
How'd you find me?
Follow the fish. Drone's picking up Lizard's trail.
He's still eating. We can catch him off guard. Genki, get behind me.
Guys, I remember Will wasn't there when we were watching this live. So I was in a Discord call with other friends and I had it on and we were all watching it. It came to the last game. A guy came on screen and went, "Oh, so guys, before we do the last game, he wanted to announce some stuff." The last game shows up. Guy comes through. It shows the cinematic thing that we saw earlier with Craven in the woods, in the jungle. And then we thought that's what going to be the ending, and then we saw gameplay. We weren't expecting gameplay whatsoever. But the game officially comes out
It's
fall.
just his skin.
Doesn't that mean he's getting bigger?
Yes, it does.
Hungrier too.
Look at that. Well,
It is one of the things that it's very like mind
Have you ever
flaring. There
seen?
is-
Have you ever seen that in like any of film Spider-Man?
No.
Like animated and that, they never have the symbiote suit be so useful.
And
Like
what's
Sam
so
Raimi's
cool
Spider-Man
about-
never had this.
what's so cool about it? It's got a very Carnage feel to it.
Yeah, very Carnage. I want to see Carnage in one of his games at some point. I want to
Yep.
see Carnage. So, like, there's a thing about Carnage. I want to see. Like the main villain. Like the game basically be the first half is Peter versus Carnage when he's not Carnage. You know, when he's in a human form,
Yeah.
and then the Carnage symbiote shows up, and then you're able to like fight Cletus Cassidy as Carnage officially.
My one like thought that I'm having is I sort of don't want Peter to have the symbiote for the entire game.
No, like the thing is, they've already said. I believe they said anyway that you are going to be able to get black suits of all the characters, all the things. But I think it's going to be a thing of, so all suits will get a black version, obviously, because it's going to
There's
look
two
weird.
ways I can see it going. Either Peter rejects the symbiote, and it might even, and it would be quite cool.
I
But
want
then
to
they'd
get the fucking.
they'd have the issue of like
bells.
picking a canon choice, right? But I would like it to be a thing where at the ending, Peter's got a choice to either embrace the symbiote,
Well, like
and
Web of Shadows.
like Web of Shadows, like the ending of Ghost of Tsushima, where like you pick to either kill the uncle or spare it. Sorry if you've not played that game, but that's the ending. But I think it'd be a cool thing if the last fight happens, you play Miles the entire time, but then the last phase you play as Peter, but the fight doesn't end until you are like out of like juice. So like the arena is constantly getting more and more destroyed. There's more and more fire. There's more and more sounds, and the symbiote has like trouble like staying connected.
As you guys know, the symbiote, when it comes to Venom, the symbiote does not like vibration.
And then it gives you an option. You get the option to embrace the symbiote, which means you have to escape, or you reject the symbiote and Peter like excises it from him using the sound. And the only issue with that is they'd have to pick a canon choice for the next game.
I don't see him doing that. I think they'll be.
I feel like the end
fluent.
because they've said that this game's going to have a lot more emotional punch than the other ones.
Yeah,
And the first Spider-Man game had a lot of emotional
it
punch.
really fucking did.
I would like to see a
Same
thing
with
where
Miles's game. Miles had a lot of emotion.
I would like it to have an effect where the symbiote takes control of Peter fully. He is Venom, right? He's not Spider-Man. He is full monster form Venom. And Craven's been absolutely annihilated by him. He's within an inch of his life, and then Miles comes to the rescue. And Miles has now got to fight his teacher and his best friend in one. And Miles struggles through it, and Venom's about to kill Miles, and everyone's like, oh my god, this is about to happen. This is so bad. And Miles gets punched by Venom, and he stops moving. And you think he's dead. And then Peter, like, finally takes control, and he starts tearing the symbiote off him. You hear Venom screaming in the Tony Todd style, because, you know, epic Venom voice. He's screaming, no,
Sorry, Tony
no,
Todd
you are...
is perfect.
Yeah, he's screaming, no, you are mine. This is my power now. And he finally breaks free. And you see the symbiote crawling away, going through a tunnel. And then Peter's crying over Miles because he's just killed him. And he can't believe what he's done. And Craven, you see Craven get back up. And he says, mourn your loss, Spider-Man. But no, I will return. And then he just leaves.
Yeah.
And then Peter's like crying over Miles. He's not moving. And then Miles's electricity jumpstarts his heart. And you realize in that moment, Miles let it happen because Miles knew he could bring himself back. That would be
epic.
So fucking cool if they gave us that gut punch.
Here's the thing about the symbiote as well, guys. You may not know of. Well, you may know of anyway. Symbiote. For those who don't know Venom, Venom, like, if you see Venom, like, have... It's the reason why I think the the Venom movies didn't choose to have Venom have the spider symbol, which it would make sense because Venom, like, merging with Peter was the reason for the symbol.
Yeah.
Because
The
Venom
thing,
loved Peter that much.
yeah.
Loved Spider-Man that much. Loved that much that
Well,
he copies.
love's a strong word.
Love's a strong word. But
He-
like it keeps
the thing
the
with Venom,
symbol. It keeps the symbol and the webbing idea and the whole spider aspect because Venom like really just likes that idea and that power.
well, it's not that he likes the idea. It's Venom's one goal. The goal of all the symbiotes is to find their perfect host.
Which Peter isn't.
No, Peter is. That's why Venom keeps the symbol, because he's trying to keep attached to that idea.
Technically, it was Flash Thompson. It was.
Well, Flash Thompson becomes the.
That's what everybody says. Everybody says that Flash Thompson is his perfect host, and that's
The
why
perfect
that's why he's in control and not the symbiote.
Yeah, the perfect host thingy wise, like Spider-Man's in control there. He's just being manipulated by the.
That's what I mean. Like the person is in control, but really in their brain is being like brainwashed.
The reason Flash Thompson isn't affected is because Flash Thompson's like brain is like very different than like Peter's. Peter's like very logical. He's very like orientated. Flash is very disorganized. You'd agree with that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I think for Venom, the power of Spider-Man,
like the thing
durability.
Is, the way that they say it is the reason why when Peter is Spider-Man, when Peter is with the symbiote, the reason why they say we is because it's not a perfect bond at all. The reason why they say we is because it's not perfect. Same with him and Eddie. It's not a perfect bond because they're saying we. That's why Cletus Cassidy says I and me, because it's a perfect bond, because Carnage is a fucking menace and is that way.
We would be perfect bond. I would be an imperfect bond. Because I indicates the symbiote's got full control. Because the symbiote would never allow Cletus to say I. Because the symbiote is part of Cletus now. We would be a symbiote's way of being like, we are together, we are united in one common thing. So
there's many ways you can say it, because there are many stories with symbiotes, and there are different like forms of what the symbiotes want, but all symbiotes are connected through the hive mind.
I think the symbiote's going to be a menace.
It's why a lot of people are confused with like the whole Spider-Man thing. Which is it? Spider-Man No Far From Home, the Venom thing. Yeah, Venom seeing Spider-Man in the thing in the end credit scene is because Venom remembers him because of the hive mind. Basically, all symbiotes are connected. So even through the multiverse, so every symbiote legit knows what the other one has done and what he's been through. So get ready for that.
I think that the first time that we hear Venom's voice, not the symbiote, Venom, it's going to be Peter's going to be like asleep, and you're just going to hear Tony Todd just slowly come in with Peter. That's going to be the first time we hear it.
Was it Tony Todd in Spectacular Spider-Man, or was that someone else?
Oh, I think it was someone else.
I like that voice a lot. But
I really want this to be like a deep, gravelly, like sinister voice.
I really do. Like, if there's one thing I know about Tony Todd because of his Candyman days, is the fact that this dude can act his ass off in any way you need him to. The dude is a menace when it comes to like voice work with like very deep voices. Man voices Zoom on the Flash.
Or did
at least.
Because that show's over now.
By the way, symbiotes, when it comes to symbiotes as well, there are many versions of symbiotes. They're obviously they're actually an alien race. I don't know what that planet's called. Planet Y. Their actual species name is Clintar. I'm
If
looking
you
at
can't,
it.
yeah, and if you guys can't tell,
Clintar.
Jordan is currently on his phone on
Yeah.
Google.
There are different versions of symbiotes. There's feral symbiotes, experimented symbiotes, venomized symbiotes, symbiote sisters. I don't know what the fuck is a symbiote sister.
It's gonna be a weird combination of words.
There's no info on them, just the fact that appear in the short secret history of Venom and will appear in Marvel Spider-Man Maximum Venom. I'm guessing they're just like a first appearance. Venomized are basically is in vengeance of Venom, many of Earth's heroes are corrupted by symbiotes. So basically that is about what symbiotes are being taken over. Experimental symbiotes are like Venom and Carnage that have been experimented on numerous times. And then you've got feral symbiotes. Feral symbiotes look exactly the same, being black in colour with a white streak across their body. Unlike Venom, they appear to be duller of hue, black. These symbiotes were originally the benevolent Clintar until Thanos' experiments corrupted the creatures after he failed. Okay. And that's about it. That's all I've got to say about that. That's enough. Right,
Hey, man. New threats?
The building's swarming with hunters. Any sign
did
of
you
Connor?
notice that then? Like,
He just brushes
he
him
just
off.
brushes it off. Like, this is the first, obviously this is the first time Miles this season wearing it, so he's only just got it. And even Peter's like, Peter doesn't want to acknowledge what he's like, Peter's like, it doesn't want to acknowledge what he's got on.
Yeah. Genki's tracking him.
Hey, Mr. Parker. Mr.
Yankee
Oh,
knows
wait,
Spider-Man.
yeah, Genki knows now. Somehow. Because in Miles' game, he never knew.
He just called him Spider-Man.
He just called him Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, I mean.
But the data's incomplete.
Okay, I think I got a lock.
Genki, wait! Be chill! That wasn't me.
Me neither.
I don't even have a stomach, so.
Let's go!
Genki's alright, 'cause he's not even there. Even though we don't see Lizard like full
So
on
wrapped-
in
it's
some of
so
these
wrapped
shots,
alive.
it's so much like a lizard.
It reminds me, like, when he's on land, it reminds me of a raptor, but then he gets in the water and...
Make him alive!
Oh, and then straight back into gameplay.
The
It's
transitionings
so good.
are fucking great.
And the
It's
best thing about it,
seamless. It's
the best-
seamless.
because of the PS5's SSD technology, the like loading screens between areas will be literally just like a transition where
Yeah.
you web swing out into a place.
Exactly,
That
that's
will be
what gaming's gonna be now. It's instead of just cutscene after cutscene where you're going through a thing. Imagine it being like this, where you watch a cutscene and then instantly you're in gameplay. So it feels
So
seamless.
good.
It feels real. It feels like you're actually more immersed.
Can't lose Connors.
I like how Peter's there with him.
Harry's
We've got
dying.
both of them swinging.
And he's the only one who can help.
And this was one of the things, right? I so hope that Insomniac, after this game, seriously consider the multiplayer aspect.
I really do, because we've been asking. We were thinking it were going to be that way.
I would love to be working around.
And even like the gameplay into cutscene looks great.
The East River is not a river, but in fact a saltwater tidal flat that Spider-Man is fighting on right now! Everybody down!
Help the tour boat! Right! I've got the metal murder bird! I warned you about going after Connors! Now this is on you!
That voice, man.
It's so like
Yuri Lowenthal is doing so well with that voice. It's unreal. Like, right. This is where we get a full like look at Lizard. you noticed and all, like, Peter's not like wanting to help Miles like up more than he would. Like he's brushing Miles off a little more.
It gets so much worse.
There he is. Look at that.
It's so horrifying.
It's huge. I can't wait for that boss fight. That's gonna be fun.
It's terrifying, more like it.
Look at that thing, that's massive. I can't wait to see how he transforms.
Grab on, let's go!
It seems to be a thing where Genki will obviously help a lot. I like this.
Now I couldn't tell if this was gameplay or...
I know!
Look at that.
Whoa!
It is gameplay.
Faster!
Yeah.
Fly faster!
What, this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I didn't think that was gameplay. I thought that was just
no,
a cutscene.
it's gameplay, but it's like the UI is just gone. You don't really need the
I do
UI
not want to be lizard food!
If you notice though, you can tell when transitions are, can't you? If you notice a little.
Like there, that's now a cutscene.
Yeah. It does a little, not a pause, but the screen kind of looks like it looks frozen for a second.
Yeah.
Get him! Hold on!
Like this is a cutscene.
And then what
Everyone, take cover!
Well, it froze there.
Yeah.
It froze and then went on like a little bit. Like it's seamless, but like you can notice it just a little bit.
What are you guys doing? Trying to take out that gunship! Can't get close enough! But I can! I'm one of them, remember? Bro, that's it!
I like how like Craven's going after Lizard and is just not bothering with anyone else.
Well, I like Terry's
Look, he throws the man down. He doesn't put him down gently like he normally would. He just throws him like, here. That's your fault for being not safe.
Look at Miles just staring at him.
Yeah, he even realizes.
Pete, I saved the tracker.
Well, he even just takes it from him.
Let's go, man, before he gets too far.
No. He's mine.
You sure? He's got big
Oh,
teeth.
how the fucking eyes move. Have you seen that? The white on the eyes
So do
just
I.
change. I like that.
Oh,
He's got big teeth.
he's
so
going to
do
go.
I.
He's gonna go full Venom.
I
in
know
that boss
someone
fight, I
said that.
guarantee it.
Someone said that Peter probably will end up being Venom because of, like, that line kind of hints that he's saying that I have big teeth and I will.
And notice he said I, not we.
Yeah.
He's not normally like that,
Yet.
right?
Yeah. He might be able to.
Venom's not fully
And he just flies off.
Right, so thought-wise, I will have this playing as we go. I'm actually just going to put the gameplay section on.
Pretty hyped.
There we go. Alright. Thoughts?
I'm pretty hyped.
I'm hyped.
I'd say after about a year of waiting for new information on it.
And it is coming out fall this year. There wasn't an actual date, but it is fall.
Jeez.
So I would say probably September.
Maybe October.
September, October. If I'm right, I should be getting my hands on it straight away because... Oh, have you heard... Also, guys, at the event, they did show something of Assassin's Creed Mirage, which, if Will wants to, he can do a video on his own of that. At some point.
Probably.
Or not.
Probably.
But, yeah, they showed that, and I'm not buying the deluxe for that, because the deluxe legit doesn't come with anything. I found out what comes with the deluxe. It's just a Prince of Persia skin and a digital book and soundtrack, and that's it. And obviously the base game.
Does it not come with a season pass?
Nope.
Last one came with a season pass.
There's nothing like that.
Well,
A deluxe, all it's just a skin. It's just skin, a Prince of Persia inspired skin, which it makes sense because of the time it's set, and soundtrack and artwork, and that's it.
fair enough.
So I'm pre-ordering the TCM game, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game, when that's available. They're doing the tech test right now, and I'm hoping maybe because the tech test ends this weekend, it's running through this weekend, and if things go well, I'm guessing the pre-order for that will be probably June-ish. So I will probably pre-order that in July when I get paid, and then me and my mate are pre-ordering Mirage together, and then obviously Spider-Man. So I'll be getting 3 games within like the span of 3 months.
Take my money. Take my money.
Take my money. I will be playing the hell out of this, and I will, if I do get it, and I do get it day one, I will stream it day one. I will instantly stream it on Twitch, guys, day one that this comes out. But fuck it, I did the first 2. I really can't wait to do these 2. The
best thing about PlayStation games, and it's something that Thing didn't do for Jedi Survivor. They tend to release at the hour of like the midnight hour of the day, no matter where you are.
They don't release like early.
So like Australia will end up getting it earlier than everyone else because they're ahead of us.
Yeah.
But
so they always
you
choose
all get it
times.
at the same time.
They always choose, like, they try and make sure that everywhere will get it at the same time while also getting it
with enough time
in
to
early hours.
Play it.
Yeah. So like for stream, it's convenient for streamers.
Yeah.
Because streamers can download it in the morning and then stream it whenever they stream.
Yeah.
And it's easy. So, but I'm thinking about this game, like DLC wise, what could they do for DLC? Because the last game, DLC, it was to do with the Magia crime family and to do with Yuri. But DLC wise for this, I don't see what they can do. There were no DLC for Miles's game.
But that was sort of a mini DLC.
Yeah, a mini DLC anyway, but just its own title. And for this game, I don't really know, unless they do a thing where it's just probably 2 DLCs, and it's one that's Peter orientated and one that's Miles orientated.
Maybe.
And then maybe they do a third one which is both.
Maybe.
I don't know. Like, there's so much possibility that they could do, and I can't wait. Like, we didn't even think fucking Lizard was gonna be in this at first. Like, there were no indication that Lizard would be a part of this game, and then what happens? We hear that Lizard's in the game. And then we get no one even knew if Peter would get the symbiote or not, but it was kind of a given. And then, but yeah, I can't wait. I think this game's going to be longer.
Probably.
I feel like it's going to be longer than the first one.
Especially if it's bigger, because you're going to have to do a lot more travelling.
Yeah. Obviously, like, guys, if you're like me, I never used the fast travel system. You know, the train.
I swung everywhere.
Same. I swung everywhere. What was the point? Because Miles got the train ticket thing to get unlimited rides, and I never used it. I think there was the only time there was actually one instance where you had to use it though. Like in Miles's game, there was like one instance where it was to go to that little like get together carnival thing when the underground attack. That was the only time you had to use it. And then I didn't use it at all after that. I can't wait to see what Prowler does in this. I can't wait to see what Yuri's doing. I really want to see her and Peter have like such a moment together. because they're supposed to be friends, but Yuri's now a murderer. Well,
She's a vigilante.
She's a vigilante. She wants to. She basically wants. I can't wait to see what if any references to other heroes, like, because the last game had a lot of, like, it had a Daredevil joke. It had different instances where it mentioned other Avengers, like there's Avengers Tower and all that other stuff as well. And I can't wait to see what Insomniac have. If Insomniac are doing this with this game, what will they do for Wolverine?
Well, we'll probably find out at the next PlayStation showcase, because that game is slated for, I believe, 2024.
Yeah. Yeah. Which I don't mind, obviously, because they'll be working on that game now. And then throughout the lifetime of Spider-Man being out. Don't mind me. Throughout the time of Spider-Man being out, they will release Wolverine. And if everything goes right, I'm expecting Wolverine to be canon to this universe.
I believe that Wolverine is supposed to take place between a couple of the X-Men films. Timeline.
What?
Yeah.
It's film canon.
I don't believe it's film canon. I believe that the timeline-wise, it takes place between two of the films. So, like, if those events happened in this universe, it'd take place in that timeline between those 2 points. So some stuff will have already happened.
What?
Yeah.
Why is it connected to the films that don't matter anymore?
It's not connected to the films, Jordan. It's connected to the timeline. As in, if the time travel stuff that Wolverine does in the films has already happened for this Logan, then it takes place between 2 film points. Even if those film points don't actually exist.
I was hoping it would be connected to this fucking game.
It will be connected to this franchise, probably.
I thought you always said it was connected to the bloody Fox movies, and I was like, fuck off.
Yeah, timeline-wise, it'll fit into where those Fox movies take place.
It wouldn't make sense, given the fact that the Wolverine in it is probably not going to look like Hugh Jackman.
I actually can't remember who's voicing Wolverine. I think they announced that.
I think they did. Isn't he the original guy who voiced...
Oh, it is. It's Thingy.
Is it him? Well, I think it is.
Yeah, it is.
The guy who voices him, like, all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy who's coming back to voice him in the animated show, in the revival for the animated series.
Yeah.
Which I don't like how Magneto looks. Magneto looks like shit. But each to their own, whatever. But yeah, anything else?
No.
No? Right. We'll get here. Right, guys, go ahead and outro us, Will.
Well, thank you very much for watching this video, everyone. If you did like it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
We were going to do a tier list video, but that will go up when I get back off holiday, so keep an eye out for that.
All that nonsense that people ask you to do on the YouTubes. I've been one of your hosts, Azteral.
I've been your host, Slasher.
And remember, as always, with great power comes great responsibility.
With great power comes great responsibility.
We escante.
Forget 1,000 things every day, pal. Make sure this is one of them.
It's over, Anakin!